What's up, guys? Late Ill Kid at OneYoungsta, hold it down, bring that street geek and nerd soul. But for this special International Women's Day, I have the lovely Sade.
Yay!
And the wonderful
Marqueeda, LaStar. Hey, I speak for myself. This is International Women's Day. I don't know what you thought. No. Yeah. First of all,
number one. So we here to talk about sporting waves. Oh yeah.
We need the name of this episode.
Sporting waves.
Those waves is on lock.
Yo, straight up. When he unsheathed those waves,
they were nice.
Look, those waves was on point. What did he say? He was like the tidal man, like the tidal waves.
Yes. He said his name's Bacon. He had to let him cook. He said
yeah, he said they had to let him bake.
I get that. Man. As a woman that does bake her makeup, Charlie is very serious about his waves, and he takes pictures. It must be I mean, obviously it's a guy thing, but I didn't know they were that serious about it. He takes pictures of his waves, like. And, yeah.
But it's like. It's so long ago that I remember dudes like seriously like with the do-rag, brushing it like 24/7.
Constantly. I was like, is there something wrong with you?
Honestly, I didn't even notice them. So you guys are doing it for yourself. That's great because I don't think women are really like, ooh, look at his waves.
But you know, I'm okay with men taking pride. I would like it to be moderation, but you know, I'd rather have you care about your not care.
How do you?
I felt like I had met a random, and not sure if I'm happy. It is a great triumph, like to make you do that just by watching the episode, like speaking so much depth to like just real life experiences, like, but in a manner that's like it's like it feels like it's too much, but it's so real. Like we picked out friends, we picked out family members, we picked out times we was in that same situation.
Relatable
too, yeah. Forget rules. I know I'm a comedy and I'm only supposed to have a 30-minute slot, thus meaning 24 minutes. But you know what? What I'm gonna do?
We gonna change that.
Yeah, I think it was like a full 30-minute episode, so it ended up like tapping out about 8 minutes after 7:30, so 7:38. So I thought that was great. And so they tied. I want to just point out that earned winning at this point, and I was proven.
He's not winning.
Rightly so. I was like, I knew it was a bad. I was. He was like, well, hustlers gotta hustle. Yeah. You gotta know when to jump. You gotta pounce, get froggy with it, and that's what he did. So those for us to finally figure out that why this dude is not a like we all know somebody this smart, a person that may have great opportunities and abilities, but can't seem to win just because when it's that time for you to make the best choice.
Yeah, like that crucial decision.
Or even just a good choice. A
simple choice.
Simple.
Like don't give the ex-convicts all your money.
It wasn't like mad complicated. Not complicated. At all. Like, let's not give our ex-con friend in the white beater and do-rag $4,000.
Let's
not do that.
You got hurricane and greed took over and you wanted 8. But you had $0 at the beginning. So.
And again, there's so much you cannot. There's so much.
To give cards.
Nothing.
So maybe let's start from the beginning because there's so much.
Oh my God, there's so much.
So Robbin season is in full effect. Paperboy in 2 minutes, just like last episode. Someone else got robbed, but this episode, Paperboy got robbed by his own plug.
It
was minutes,
and he was the most polite. But I knew something was up when that dude was just like,
because it was too long.
It was too long. He should see. I'm off because obviously. This like we stay not winning is like a family trait.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as you done drug dealed, and as long as I do blood.
Thank you.
That conversation you so long you don't even bring your weapon to a drug deal.
Wow. Yeah. Well, he said he was going to him.
Right. This season right now we always seen the greatness of Darius, but now you exactly now you know. Yeah. Anybody.
And so Paperboy makes his money not from the music, which we'll get to later. He knows money from selling drugs to go to because obviously he can't trust the old one, and that led to some funny shenanigans one of the plugs took his picture and posted it on Instagram.
Yo,
yeah,
how you snitching on yourself?
Like,
yo, cops don't even have to work no more.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what?
No more.
That brings us into a part where in the stride first write this is internet references.
Yeah.
This is all stuff that's happened online, and a few people we were live tweeting it during the first showing of the second episode, and they were like, "No, man, this is like this happened here, this happened there," and so it turns out it's like almost like all these pop culture references, and we consider them pop culture references, but these are people who actually are doing. So
unfortunately,
unfortunately. So I remember the article about the guy who was showing all the money he was making from drug dealing on Facebook. When Facebook Live was first a thing, he was showing all the monies, and then it gets worse. The police, he'd been doing it for a minute. So he's on like Facebook Live when the police show up to arrest him. It was bad. It was like, oh my. No. And it's like, and so they're like, man, they make it easy. Like,
straight up, MF Doom said it the best in a song called Rap Snitches.
I love MF Doom.
It's rap snitches telling all their business, be in the court and be their own star witness. Do you see the perpetrator? Yeah, I'm right here. I'm like, they'll be the same dude with the money to the ear and stuff.
So that brings, this is really smart actually, so that brings the whole theme, I feel like this season is just going to be not just Robbin season, but self-destruct. And it's a nice reflection of how we all are self-destructing ourselves, especially the people in Atlanta. The plug by taking pictures of his crime, because it's Georgia, it's not California, where we're a little more laxed here. It's still Georgia. Earn, self-destructing his money. Right. Paperboy walking out of that meeting at the BuzzFeed, whatever. No. Let's be real about it. The BuzzFeed, Hulu, Netflix, Complex, any corporate pop culture. We're on the pulse. Pop culture, corporation, MTV, whoever you want to say. Gluten-free snacks and
exactly. Look, I got a chef. You want to talk about the chef?
Look, if you got a chef, stop using a chef to make spaghetti. Your moms can't handle that. All right? Your moms can't handle spaghetti.
I'm good.
You use a chef if you want to make some stuff you ain't never heard of before.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You do your research and give him like a challenge every day.
You want like one of those bowls with like a square and sauce.
Sprinkles.
I see your presentation skills. Give it to me.
Spaghetti?
I want to talk about this because I saw people on Twitter congratulating Paperboy for leaving the offices because he didn't want to be like a token and he wanted to stay true. Y'all are fools. The man just lost all his money. So if he's got to shuck and drive and do some Yahoo commercial. What was it? Some Yahoo commercial. That Yahoo commercial was hot. I liked it.
That was a dope commercial. And like anybody doing reason within cultural reasons to make your money. Of course, there are times when we know that we are losing a piece of our soul by doing something. But you just got robbed. All right, you ain't got choice.
Ain't got choice and broke, and I mean, I have a feeling that your friend, who's your chef, has money, but he ain't giving it to you.
Nah,
it's time, like
Darius ain't giving that.
He literally, Paperboy had to perform at the office. Says, forget it. The energy's dead.
I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all. If you're in a public place, and especially if you're a man, don't eat no banana. Don't do that. All right, break off a piece of the banana, bite that. Don't be. This is wrong. All right, stop.
Banana. You jump with the mad eye contact while doing it, because we all know what that's about.
Yeah,
we know when we're eating bananas, making mad. Oh, that was issue.
Do you think Paperboy and Earn they have a complete self-destructing way? Like it must be like a family trait.
It's a terrible family trait.
Because he walked out of a situation. Oh, first of all, let's go back. Earn. He's the manager for Paperboy, and he shows up to the meeting.
You used to think, before you said that, like, oh, if like Paperboy just gave chance, he could do that, right?
Yep.
And do that in the ground. He got his he got no things
about the CD though.
But a whole other time. Earn to present the music in this very stylish place. A CD that's in charge that you don't know what you do. But if you're the manager, you have to have plan A, B, C, D, and then at the end of the day, you say, "Oh, why don't you get a table and show what you can do?"
Right? And go to your boy and let you know, like, hey, because right before the failed performance, walk off of this. It does not help. It does not help. The internet reference of like a black guy dancing on a table for a bunch of white
that
people.
little Yachty, was it not?
Yeah, I think it was Yachty.
Pink,
right?
Because Yachty, I mean, I love Yachty out, but he'll do it. He'll get on that table and he'll act a damn fool.
He'll let me show you that.
Some rappers
there's some rappers that are like, I ain't getting on no table.
Right.
I ain't getting on. And I don't know if I was a rapper, I don't know. Maybe I can just stand on the floor.
Are you broke? That's the question of the day. Are you broke? Do you have enough money in that chair?
You can pick your dignity right up off the ground. You're like, all right, I can put this back in play and walk away from some situations. But the situation is, and I think that's that will be the constant of Atlanta, is when you are in between a rock and a hard place.
You gotta put that stuff to the side.
What will you do? And oftentimes, people, they do what they need to do. Anything about dystopian, we in a pickle, people let their feels,
Paperboy had just got on that table and shuck and jive like the WB frog that he's supposed to. Maybe he wouldn't have to. I feel like they're going to end up feeling these, and they're all
to a record office or a radio station, and they don't even catch how humiliating it is, or you're making them dance and sing and entertain you. You're like, yes, you entertain. You wish to entertain people. You wish to perform people, but you're not a carnival act. You're not in a cage. You're not freak show, and there is a fine line. And then there's the episode that like tilted its hat to Get Out. And stuff like that, where you are kind of being
you're like a circus animal.
Exactly, you're a spectacle. You're a spectacle. Everybody's like, "Oh, what are you going to do next now?" And they're watching Earn like that. Earn is like the manager. He's doing anything there too entertaining, but they're still like, "Oh, maybe he'll do something too." I've heard those rapper guys, managers, they're too.
I mean, it's exactly how the Apple iTunes music offices look. Like they try so hard to be hip and cool and cater to the culture.
They end up catering to only colonizer tastes.
Ooh, no, you didn't throw out the colonizer.
I see we got some chats on YouTube. Are you on YouTube? Open up one tab on YouTube. We'll hide you guys. Thanks for chatting.
Yeah.
But there's a certain expectation when you go into one of these offices like a Hulu, like an Apple Music, and I want you guys to be prepared for it. Because as someone who's worked as an artist on the creative side, like design and stuff, things that you'll see. And I think this is a call of people that think they want it, but
bag. And if you gotta dance on the table to secure the bag, then the bag's secured, because here I go on the table. What else will... Enough about it. So after that, Earn goes...
Top right.
Earn goes back home. He's got no home. He's homeless. Earn goes to Paperboy's house, and Darius surprises him with some cash.
Oh, yes, he does. And it's a beautiful callback to the first season, because he asked him, like, do you want money or do you want, like, more money? Something to that extent when they went and got the dog. Because they traded the sword for the money for the dog or something like that.
Right, and you get the whole speech about, I'm poor, I don't have X, Y, and Z. Yeah. And so, because he's like, oh, in the springtime, you gonna get like $400 pop for those or something like that.
And it happened.
It did.
And it's all about can you into this kind of whirlpool of like struggle and need, where we mess up and but we think this.
He had to do stuff.
Yep.
And then him saying, hey, no, I don't want to do that. I know who I would throw back. Exactly. Yeah. And she got it. And so that's what I really loved about that character. And I have become fascinated with comic books and characters that explore that idea of when you think you have a choice, or you have choices you don't like.
Yeah.
Finally, it was good. Exactly. They're going to have fallout. They're going to have consequences. So you need to look at those and say, which one do you think you can weigh better?
But in Earn's case, he had a good choice. He had a good choice, though. With the money, true. He could have taken that money.
That's true.
Hit up the bank. I'm sure his account is overdraft. And then, I mean, side note, there was no shea butter Vanessa, and I'm really upset.
We gonna get on that.
But
we gonna get on
later.
But
earned
season 2, $4,000 Vanessa watch.
Yeah. Where is she? $4,000 is a lot of money, especially when you had no money.
Right.
Especially when you literally got kicked out of your storage room.
Street cred. Woo woo. Right. Y'all know about Sade. She come for you.
$4,000 is a lot of money. And I was
snatch your necklace.
But we all do this though. We all know when we're broke. We always plan like, when I get this money, I'm gonna buy this, and then you get the money, you ain't gonna buy nothing. Because I need to keep this money. But then
hold on to it.
Then you buy things, and then once that trail starts, then the money starts disappearing.
Right.
So,
or you have to come up. You have to devise plans, knowing yourself. Like I even do that when I come into the money, considerable money,
aside in the savings.
I put them in places like I come up. Like, hey,
always put the rent away first.
This is what I'm talking about. I be digging this up.
Yo,
and it was so obvious to everybody. And sometimes your problems but sometimes your problems are like that. When I've definitely been there where I have that nagging suspicion that I was making a bad choice, and after it was kind of in play already, I could have still bailed out, but I didn't think I could have.
Okay, so you're saying he was in the car, he was on the mall, it was happening.
It's happening, and so it's like it's happening, and maybe you got that inkling at the back of your head, you get that feeling in the pit of your stomach. And you like wish you could make like a dollar friend, like that dollar friend call to your moms and be like, grandma.
He did ask 3 questions to Tracy. So Ern asked Tracy 3 questions, and after the second question, he should have been like, "This is probably not a good idea."
No.
He said, "So how much did the gift cards work, or how does this work?" And after that,
we still don't know how the gift cards work. We got questions. Yeah, we got lots of questions. I don't know how the gift card thing works.
So if anyone knows how to flip the gift card thing, just comment.
Now, Marqueeda, do we have any questions from the chat on Facebook or YouTube?
We don't have any questions. It's mostly people giving us high fives. They thought the Yahoo commercial was pretty awesome. And that Tracy.
That 4K.
Okay, and I said that first. When it came up on that 4K, I mean, if you don't like a predator is going to prey, a hustler is going to hustle, right? And if you let yourself get got so easily, again, it was
he didn't do it with the gun.
Exactly,
he was robbing.
And then we have to look at like how genetic this is, and like sometimes your circle of friends, even if they are family members, are problematic. Yeah. Because at no time did they say, "Hey, bro, we know."
Or do this.
$1,000 in a day.
That's funny. That's
be looking at Tracy.
I didn't have any of those expectations. Okay, you're different than me because I didn't think any.
I was actually really proud. I was like, Tracy's got his stuff together, like a marketing interview. That's good. And then he's like, sensible shoes.
Tracy, we all have like who has been like. We going to the store, we going down to the mall, we going to the chicken spot, we going all kinds, and this has happened twice. The second episode, and this has happened in both episodes, where you got people going somewhere casually, and then all hell breaks out, and you're like, so it's just like the girl in the backseat from the first episode. Like, why the hell would you bring your cousin Nene? And the people they gonna have it.
Exactly. And then he's gonna go to the mall.
We're gonna go use these.
And Tracy says, and I don't want any of y'all trying this next week, but Tracy says, "We cannot chase you." Let him go.
So
I wonder if you have to try back, of course.
Well, that dude did album though.
Here's the
but
thing.
I think they're instructed not to, which I think is a good policy for merchandising.
It's just like
you
work for $10 an hour.
Exactly. I was like, I wouldn't need a company policy to tell me that.
And that's why the guy at the chicken spot was confusing to me at first, because he was really giving it back to me and realized that was his drugs. That's why he was so upset.
Yeah, that was his stuff.
So store with 2 pairs of shoes, which I was like, that's modest. But he's two was fine, and leaves Ern behind.
It
was know him.
It was like
yeah. And I was stupid enough to give him $4,000. So
Ern leaves the store, and then what I don't get is why you just saw what Tracy did. It's time to go. The gift card thing's not working out. He just stole, and you're left behind. But Ern decides he's gonna go shop.
Some shoe stores. He got like a wicker basket and all. Well, because he said was running out.
Exactly.
Right. So Ern has 10 minutes to spend all of this money in this mall, and he does it. But by the time he gets outside, Tracy's gone to his interview, and I'm thinking, all right, here comes the robbery. But Earn actually makes it home on the bus with all of
more than Earn do. So I'm just saying. But
why is he buying vitamins?
Why is he buying shoes? So this is what I mean. Earn, you had $4K. You could have got toilet paper, paper towels, new underwear.
Like you could have went to that motel that
and stayed there for like 6 months on a motel salary. You know?
Thank you.
Knowing you ain't got nowhere to sleep, like you buying all this stuff. But this is a good point. Like we didn't have this conversation. I had this conversation after last episode about Oprah and her building those schools in Africa.
Oh, yeah.
And how people, South Africa, I think it was, and people got all bent out of shape. Like, Oprah could have did that here. And then somebody was like, either somebody says she said something like this, or, you know, I don't really remember if she said something like this, but their point was, you're homeless, you are hungry, you are in between. What? So your priorities are out of whack.
It's self-destruction.
That's a reflection. That's a reflection of so people. They would make those choices.
Got up. This is how you bet. If you wanted to go with Tracy, this is what you do. You hold that 3. You give him that 1. Let's see how you do. Right. Don't give him all 4. Imagine that. Bet. Give him 5.
Give him $1,000.
$500
to $1,000. $50.
Bad choices. If somebody gave me a legit,
just and it makes it as money. But you could have been like, let me keep this $400 or give me this gift card so I can buy these shoes, and I'll give it back to you once I work this job. So that's another self-destruction. Like Tracy, you just self-destruct. So he didn't get the job, and at the end he moves everything up. Now you really ain't getting it.
No, I fell for Tracy on that. There's no getting a job with. I wouldn't want a job with that dude.
It's because, and this is why the system comes in place. I feel like he didn't do anything violent because he's out, right? He's out, and he doesn't seem to have a parole, and he must have went to jail for stealing or for drugs. And this is the cycle that goes with our black men. They go to jail for stealing or drugs, and then they can't get jobs. Yeah. And then people are wondering why they're stealing shoes or why they're robbing during robbing season. But then I feel like Tracy did self-destruct himself at the end by getting upset. Because he could have said, thank you for seeing me anyway. If you have any reference. So
took them waves right out of there.
The waves, they look good.
They were so, man, that joint was, the waves were smooth.
Somebody had a gift of like an actual ocean wave. It was like perfect wave, that like terminal wave. I was like, y'all need to stop. Y'all need to get out here. I saw so many people share so many gifts of the ocean. I think majestic.
I ain't gonna front. I did too. I shared a gift of some waves coming in.
His pants were hella tight. I don't know what was.
Oh yes, the cake was there. He was like,
just fitted.
They were not fitted. That's they were tight.
It was there. It was not moving. You don't gotta be with us on this one, but they
were tight.
It was there. It was there.
So it was tight. I thought it was just like a Docker's fit.
Nah.
Well, you know what though? What you know is that
all but.
It was all but. And like, men love bringing attention to like ladies, behinds, but black men, y'all got behinds too. And if y'all go,
I'm gonna work
exactly. If you go put your behind in that run the mill, pants that you got from Target. Your cake's on full display, all Tegmeyer. I'm just gonna put it out there. If you got cake, and many black men do, and you go to Target and just buy you some regular jeans or some regular pants.
That's what it looked like. You got some Target khakis.
All the women are applauding your decision.
That's why she was smiling at him when she opened that door.
Right.
Yeah. She probably smiled when he walked in. She was like,
she was like, what? But you know what? I have to give Tracy kudos. He showed up on time for his appointment, and he dressed nice.
But he showed up.
Look. He keeps the do-rag on until they actually the very last minute.
Let them joints be.
It was like there should have been like some kind of glow or maybe sound of the ocean when he took it off. They help us through our recap. We kind of just leave it on. Sound. It's so beautiful.
The sheen on these joints, it can't be nothing but like TCB, man. Like is so shiny and so much luster on it.
I really feel bad for Tracy, man. I like they introduced this new character. I mean, if they're not going to give me a Vanessa.
Yo, I see.
No, he was agreeing that's about like the money.
All right, cool.
Earn on the bus.
Right,
waiting for the episode 3 promo, which was pretty cool.
So here
didn't
goes.
give too much away though.
Hashtag Where's Vanessa?
Where's Vanessa? Where's Vanessa? Okay, first of all, Donald.
Donald.
We're using the legal name in the first name.
Donald. There's not. I'm just gonna go start right there. And there's not a lot of women on the show. There's that one guest star from last season, Paperboy's, whatever you want to call her, and she was fun.
Friend
thing.
We're gonna say.
And then obviously the queen, who was the extra in the back seat, and her screaming, that was amazing. But we fell in love.
That scream was epic.
Everything, girl.
I hope that you eat well off of the residuals.
Yeah.
I feel like that scream should count as a line.
It should.
It really should.
Give her her teams. But Shea Butter Queen Vanessa was so integral to the story last season. And I get, like, Earn maybe wouldn't be as self-destructy if she was somewhat involved. But I need to know what she's doing. I need to know, is she okay? Did she ever get another job? Is she okay? Like, is she dating someone else? Where's the baby? Like, where is my girl?
I'm going to go the other way and hope that Shea Butter Queen Vanessa
moved on
and gave
him
the...
She's on the promo, no?
Yeah, so
she's on the promo. She
must be real heavy in the last episode
really heavy.
or something.
Yeah, exactly.
What if he robs her?
Take a 50 out of her pocket while she's
like she like let her back, and he just the reason why she's
because she was probably filming Deadpool 2 that might be, but still it's like but I do to say this
science behind that one.
But I kind of agree, maybe she should move on.
I
know, because I want them to be a family. I want them to be a family.
No, I don't even care about they get back together. She needs to be in every episode, at least a scene. Like, she's the only she's the first black female character on TV that I have related to so hardcore and rooted for and loved.
Issa's joint.
No, I do love that. But I'm talking about primetime. I mean, Issa said primetime, it's premium. Yeah. But there's less sex in this. So I feel like I can watch this with my mom. You know what I mean? I can't watch Insecure with my mama.
Nah,
or my brothers. My brothers are 13.
I was like,
well. I don't have that kind of relationship with my mama. My brothers are 13, and when we watched it last year,
Atlanta, okay, we all got preferences.
No, I didn't say. I said there's a time and a place for everything, and Shea Butter Queen Vanessa is much needed. We need her. Insecure's not on right now. We don't have her. We need a Shea Butter Queen Vanessa. Not that Scandal's not doing the thing and How to Get Away with Murder don't start for me. Like, I love those shows, but I just think Vanessa brings a balance to the show that nurture.
You can't watch Insecure with your parents. I can watch it with mine.
I can't.
But mine's are different from everybody else's, so they're for mine.
My mom ain't watching Atlanta. My mom ain't watching Insecure neither. She ain't watching neither.
My mom actually likes Insecure. She doesn't quite get Atlanta. Atlanta's too weird for her.
Yeah.
But I haven't showed her this season yet, but I know she likes Insecure because she can follow Insecure a little bit better.
I can't watch it with my mama.
Here goes my mom in the first episode. What in the world? Jesus? They shooting in the Stark? What is this? Jesus? It's like, and I love my mom. You know, look, hey, but it's true.
Love Vanessa. I want to see more of her. I love that character.
Yeah, and
I let her go. She's letting her go.
I think they're gonna bring her in to show how far
he's gone.
Earn is gone.
Okay.
Like, I think when they bring her up or fall in or whatever, when they bring her in, it's gonna be like, whoa.
It's your perspective.
Earn is like really tripping right now.
But in the land of again, in our year of Beyonce 2018 and the Me Too and Time's Up, don't give me a side female character that's just there to help the man realize what he's done or not done. Like, give me a real strong character that's like, what does she do? I want her to live
Wasn't she in every episode in the first season?
Honestly, I think one episode she wasn't in the first season, maybe.
Yeah, there was like
she even had her own focus episode. She had her own centric episode. Remember, she got fired.
Where she got fired. She got fired for smoking weed that she didn't have to get fired for. Look, check it. If you can hold your people down without firing them, yo, man, just let it slide.
Exactly.
Let it slide.
Let it slide.
That's
most
what I'm
definitely.
saying.
So I don't know. I just be curious how Robbin season's going for her. You know, as a single mother now, I'd be very
she's
curious.
She's doing really well, and then the men that earning them come back in the picture, she get mad robbed.
Yo,
that's what I'm saying.
I mean, she could be winning right now, and we are messing up Van's blessings.
We're messing up
lately. Van needs to
be almost out the bucket, and we just pulling her back in.
Come on back in.
I know because it's selfish. I just love it.
But yeah, she does need to be in the show, and so and now when I think about it, I'm like, you could show her at maybe like a new job or something, but there's so much going on in this show.
It's a lot.
I don't even know where I would put her. This show needs to be an hour. I think we all say this.
We all say that. I mean, they're starting to run long, and they were pretty good the first season about not running long. I don't think any of the seasons went over. But this one actually went over quite a bit, and I think they feeling it because this is not a comedy, and like they're trying. It's funny. They're trying to keep it comedy by like saying, "Oh, it ends after 30 minutes, so it's a comedy."
Yeah.
Okay, give already. Say Uncle. You know it's not a comedy.
What's his name?
Deliberator Dorsey.
Deliberator Dorsey.
Oh, Deliberator Dorsey. What's up, man?
We didn't talk about the white girl and the acoustic guitar.
But that was mad real though.
So funny.
How many times? No, the most dirtiest, grimiest, trap, whatever have you, and somebody thinks, well, let somebody
turn into a
colonizer hipsters think it would be so badass if I did this really acoustic, and they all do it in the same way. It's like they literally
very sad, somber.
It's all in the same like.
My thing about it was Paperboy is hesitant to give his phone number away, which I am too, and he knew exactly why, and that's because he knew better, and didn't follow the brain. Like you've been dealing drugs as long as you have. You know you don't do that. Yeah, you just met this dude and you don't give us your personal phone number. Where's your second phone?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But come through with the I got
where your burner phone?
Phones. Where
you got your real phone.
Right.
And then you got your burner phone because you watched every season of The Wire. Okay?
Thank you.
That's what
Thank you.
And you switch that burner phone once a week.
Right.
Shout out to Michael B. Jordan. Shout out to I can't even Avon, Stringer, all them cats, Bodie.
What's his name with the pretty eyes? Forgot his name, whatever.
But anyway, The Wire, y'all did y'all thing.
Yes.
And Bubs, my man Bubs. He was homeless, but you kept it real.
Love that show. Yeah, but so that's another, I mean, it must run in the family because 10 years you've been dealing and you have one phone and you give your
and
phone
so now he gets rid of the phone.
Right, he tosses the phone.
You toss the phone,
don't even delete the contacts.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's still your phone, dude, because you don't have like a real dope man phone.
Yo, I feel like Paperboy feels like he's at rock bottom.
Exactly.
And trust me, whenever you think you're at rock bottom,
you can always go
check
lower.
Yourself. Thank you. You can always go lower. Be careful.
That bottom can give, and you fall to place. Exactly. You can fall to bottoms you didn't know exist. Like I didn't know it could get this bad and he still be alive.
That's why I think the next episode is gonna really hit hard because I think they're not quite at their robbing peak yet. I think. I mean, Ernest broke again, and Paperboy is broke. Darius. But they gotta hit.
We don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on with Darius. Darius probably is living in a mansion somewhere and just goes there for fun. Like he's got it settled. He's got credit 401k. I know he does. But I feel like they gotta hit their peak bottom by next episode. How many episodes are in the season? 8 to 10?
I think they got 10.
10 to 12?
I think they got 10.
Then it's time to get it
if you know, throw it in the chat. But I think it's 10 because FX always does 10.
Then it's time to get it cracking. So episode 3, I'm feeling like
than the 13.
Yeah,
the 13 would be dope if you could keep it going. But
you know what? It's a give and take.
Because since we're saying 13, we're talking about Marvel.
Exactly.
And there's
only 2. Yes, I am. They can't do 13 hours. Okay, 13 hours is too much.
Season 2 at Daredevil and Luke Cage. and I don't want to hear nothing about Luke Cage because look, Luke Cage meant something. Ooh. To have a bulletproof black man at that time, I don't want to hear no colonizer hot takes.
I can be your internet person. Like, okay, I understand like the social significance of it, but I just don't think the story was all that captivating or interesting. You know, and
then I'll be like, ooh, colonizer.
Got really slow.
Jessica Jones came out today.
Yeah, I watched the first episode. And
Jessica Jones came out on International Women's Day.
Yeah, and the first episode is much better than the first episode.
I still
of the
have
first
to
season.
finish Jessica Jones because that was my I can't slosh, dude.
Man, it was slow. Yo, if you watch
slosh.
The way they cut the first season
so hard.
before season 2, because like when you watch season 2, they'll give you like a little clip.
It was lit until like you discover, Kilgrave. You discover him, and then like everything starts to fall apart, and she's trying to save old girl in jail.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, baby, that's not how these things work.
But when you watch season 2, you'll see like a 3-minute cut to catch you up from season 1. That joint makes season 1 look like it's hot.
Oh.
And I'm like, there were dope moments, but it's like it was hard to get through with her. I don't know why.
Because and that started out so strong.
Like Iron Fist.
Man, no. It's not as bad as Iron Fist. Jessica Jones season 1 is still better than Iron Fist.
I did like a couple of episodes of Iron
Fist.
Fake.
Iron Fake.
Yo, man.
They got so many words for that dude. And then like it was I didn't make it all the way to Defenders for the same reason. I was like,
no spoilers. He's just watching Jessica Jones.
Oh, all right, cool. Because I've only watched the first episode of Jessica Jones. So
back to Atlanta.
We're off. Anyway.
So anyway, Ern gets back home. He gets back to Paperboy's house and he's got all the stuff.
He doesn't have $4,000 worth of stuff.
No, you can spend it in 10 minutes. You
could. I mean, you're not going to be on to
if there's a Sephora, maybe you could. But
his best bet would have been to try to buy another card for X amount of dollars.
I tried. I'm in the crunch time. But so he's broke again, and now Paperboy's broke. And they're sitting at home and they pretty much laugh at him, which is just like, I don't know what's going on with that relationship.
Because I mean, it is funny, but it's also sad.
It's really sad. Do you want him out of your house, yes or no? Because you should have. And Ern, don't you have classes to pay for? Doesn't he have his like?
Yeah, he had that $375 or something.
He could have paid for that and been
I totally forgot about that. Look, we all realized like. I didn't need more.
Until next week, guys. Ern, I don't know.
He totally had those classes.
He could have had those classes.
He could have paid for those classes and been done. But this is like where, like, again, you know that person who could be doing better and just can never make the right decisions. And then you got people like Tracy who's still making bad decisions. But
trying.
But I honestly can say about him, like, he's a hustler. He's shady as fuck.
But he had an interview. Ern ain't got no interview.
Exactly. He's looking for a job. And if you were to give him a legitimate job, I feel like he would turn away from it.
Yeah.
But he won't get it. Someone like Ern could go and get a job.
Ern could work at the BuzzFeed place. I mean, he's just as smart. He went to Princeton for, a year? He could work at that BuzzFeed place.
Yeah, and it's because they're all the same. Job. BuzzFeed, Hulu, all those offices. I swear they get like the same firm to like design
all their spaces.
It's like, we have,
so that's just frustrating with his characters. He's smart, he's capable, he's not bad looking. I mean, like.
So it's
yes, kind of.
So it's like.
No, I'm throwing shade for no reason. I mean,
$4,000.
$4,000 gone down the drain.
That would make him unattractive to me.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure. Vanessa,
I think I was like, there comes a time where that's why like they're so on and off. Like we had a child together. There's something about you that attracts me, but. That to me, it'd be more of a killer for me than I think for Vanessa's character. Me, I couldn't. I'd be like, nah, I'm good.
Vanessa was holding that house together though. She was the one paying the bills, and she did a lot as long as she could.
Yeah, and you said if you would have brought her the money, that could have brought
her the money and said, Vanessa, here, I got $4,000. I can pay rent for the next 4 months, boo. Right. Just let me stay here.
Right.
and let me do it with my daughter.
You know you would have got more months out of it.
Or if you want to, go on an interview or something, give her 3, keep 1, get you some new clothes because you're gonna have to go on some interviews.
Right, because he always looking like somebody's like
pay your PO.
He's like looking like what's that full name from Winnie the Pooh? Christopher Robinson.
Oh man,
he's always dressed like Christopher Robin. He's always like looking like somebody's little kid. I was like, nobody can take you serious. That's why he couldn't get the money in season 1 from the promoter. Because it's like, look at somebody's kid got lost.
Yo.
But if you go back to the Yoo-Hoo commercial, because our friend is talking about it again, he makes a good point. It's interesting to me that Paperboy says this. He says something to the effect like, "Isn't this stupid?" Or he dismisses it, and Ern's like, "No, this is good."
Yeah,
and he's like a money
because this is what opens you up to people. I know there's this fight between I want to keep it real,
and
I want to keep it profitable.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But
no one wants to sell out. But
that
like
sometimes open up to so many really like the commercials wow, I've never heard of this artist, and then their kids like, oh yeah, that's such and such.
Well, that's why it's a mutual thing because they get paid for the commercial. Also gives you a huge platform.
Exactly.
So it's mutual benefiting if you're in the long run. Even if you're only in this to make money. It's like, well, make money then.
But Ern, who took the biggest L of the... I don't know. Did he take the biggest L? Maybe Paperboy did. Either way. Ern...
Paperboy take an L.
They're taking big L's together. There's enough L's to go around.
You know the only person who hasn't caught an L this whole season? Darius.
Yeah.
The Hood Yoda has not taken an L.
I don't think he took last season. You
know what? He hasn't.
He's not there to take L's.
I mean, he did handcuff his arm, but that's like a minor L. That's not like a full L.
But he didn't lose his hand. He lose his hand. So they cut the money out of it. When they had cut a dude's hand off, that was
his business. He cooks his food. He just is. He gives his Yoda wisdom when it's needed.
He had them little Chick-fil-A nugget biscuit things.
Yeah. But speaking of Yoo-Hoo, though, what's heard? Why Yoo-Hoo?
I think you is mad appreciative.
Right?
Here. Somebody, they like, look, get on the phone. Let's get Uzi. Let's get Yachty. Let's get Migos. Let's get somebody. Somebody who's hot right now.
I haven't heard from Yoo-Hoo in so long.
I'm good.
And now I'm like, I want to try it again.
Yeah, like chocolate milk, right? a little sip of Yoo-Hoo.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And how did the episode end? Where did we end up? Just with the Yoo-Hoo commercial, right?
Right. And that's and pretty much it actually goes the cut to commercial, which is what tells you I feel like this episode was kind of unplanned. And then when it comes back, it's the credits. So it pretty much ends. It really just abruptly ends.
Yeah. But we got a lot of information from it.
I think like that's the beauty of Atlanta because it's
in your face.
It shows you all these the best friend that did that back in the day. Like because these are things like, especially that office,
and it doesn't really get into the wrong. Why you're doing what you're doing, which is like a terrible idea. Like even with a terrible idea, you almost kind of get what you're doing, and it goes into that. You've got choices. You're just very unaware that
it's honest and it's not preachy. It's not at the end. It's not like at the end they all sat at the couch and said, "Well, today we learned about trust." And I'm like, doesn't do that. It's really, and everything's fine at the end, like usually how sitcom
shows. Wrap it up.
It's not fine. It's not
gets wrapped up in this.
Nothing's ever wrapped up.
Because that's life.
Yeah.
And the episode goes on so much. Like, the thread of Robbin season is through each episode, but like we're never probably going to hear again about a reference from episode 1. Like, we're moving on. We're done. We had the alligator. We're probably never going to see the alligator again. And we're moving on to episode 2.
I do
want the mystery of like Florida Man to be greater.
Yes. I would love Florida Man to come back.
I kind of want that to be better explored.
I don't know if I'll see it again. I honestly
that was some random, but again, that's another internet reference to the Slender Man. So they had internet references for days, and if you remember, 2 little girls were convicted of murdering someone, and they were saying that the Slender Man told them to do it. So it's weird how it's got this like. It is a comedy because, for whatever reason, when people are like attempting to be funny about something that is real, raw, or offensive, we are willing to let down. And it's like the biggest Trojan horse of the world.
Yeah.
And like so many comedians now, more so than ever,
are revealing their truths. As
honestly, just telling you the truth.
Yeah,
and
just
it shouldn't be.
Chris Rock talked about in his Netflix stand-up his divorce.
I'm just telling you what it is, and that's what it gets down to. And there's the ha-has is because it's true. It's like, it's funny because it's true.
Yeah, because
that kind of thing.
Because life is so sad. Sometimes you have to laugh.
Yes,
because like
I
you said, with the Chris Rock stand up, when he said
his divorce,
the teacher or whatever was like, you guys can be anything. And it's like, no, you can't. 3 of you in here can be anything.
Right.
The rest of you guys need to be what you're good at.
But the truth is funny, and it's funny because we can relate to it. So if it's true, it's funny, and we all want to laugh at our pain instead of just wow.
And that's like a black superpower. Like,
we
don't laugh.
We endure through laughter.
Because that's the only way we survive.
Exactly. If we don't laugh at some of this shit, we wouldn't make it. We really wouldn't.
Sidebar from this. That's why when the housing market crashed and everything, suicide rates went up for a certain section of the population. Other people was like, well, we just gonna have to make it. You know what I mean? Because we used to pork and beans. We used to eating spam. We used to eating just toast with some ketchup on it. We used to that. We built for this. We can survive.
It's something where we can do, but we don't take any joy in it.
And jokes are free. Jokes are free. You don't have to be rich to tell jokes. Wayne's brothers would tell you there was 12 of them living in a 1-bedroom house, and they told jokes to each other, and that's why they're all great actors and comedians now, because they were poor, and all they had to do was tell stand-up jokes. That's all they could do, was do sketches.
Exactly.
So Atlanta is that comedic relief, but it's also very much you're gonna go home later
tonight
bit of that
medicine.
And go, dang, I know someone just like that, and he needs to get his life together. Or I need to get my life together because you relate a little too much.
Exactly.
I hope none of you can relate to Earn on that kind of level.
Hopefully.
Whatever. I quite a few people, unfortunately. It is what it is. But any wrap-ups?
Wrap-ups, man. I just can't wait till next week.
Yeah,
man.
next week is about to be crazy.
It's getting good, and
I mean, it stayed good. I don't even think he wasted any time like trying to usually have that slow bull. We gonna roll up to it. Nah. They rolled up on you.
The first fire.
And they do it in a different way. That's what kills me. Because you're like, because I was like, I totally want to do this hashtag of like we not ready. Because every time you go into it, you just not.
No, I know who thought Paperboy was going to get robbed by his plug? I really think that was going to go there.
It got
I was like, maybe he just, I don't know.
No. I was even him being like a weird dude, I was like, nope, this will not end well.
As we're getting closer to Christmas, right? Because that's when Robbin season is. Yeah. I'm really looking for my Vanessa, the juxtaposition of her trying to provide for her little girl and Earn, who I know in his heart is a good dad and wants to provide for his little girl, and the lengths that they'll go through. I'm looking forward to seeing Christmas in Robbin season in Atlanta. I want to know what's happening.
You're so sweet.
Well, before
this is the chaos. I know
she's
it's gonna be crazy.
A sweet one.
It's gonna be crazy. I know it's gonna be nuts.
I was like.
So before we dip,
okay,
where can people find you online?
I am everywhere on the internet as LaStar got next. So holla at me, and also Kreatives Next Door is Codename KRND. Look us up there as well.
I am on Twitter under I am Sade Sellers and under Instagram under Sade Sellers.
Cool. And of course, you can find me, of course, NERDSoul, NERDSoul, one word, anywhere. Also at ThatNERDSoul on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. So that's pretty much it from us to you, man. Jump down in the comments, holla at us. But till next week, man, just keep your head on the swivel, man. It can come from anywhere.
Anywhere.
Anybody can get it.
They snatching.
They don't care if you a rapper or not.
All right.
Thank you.
Peace.
All right. I got to cut off my live phone.
Your live phone? Oh.
Yep. Got to go all the way over there.
They didn't play the episode back.
Oh, word?
They did just once, but they didn't play it the third time.
They did the third time.
Yeah.
Why did they play 1, 2, 1, 2? I guess, whatever.
There we go.
I don't know why FX does what they
FX don't be caring.
They don't care.
Still recording.
Dorsey.
Yes, thank you.
All of your